Good morning, everybody. It is Phil Friedman here at 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. Welcome. It's Friday morning. I'm actually kind of here and I'm kind of not here. Actually, I'm out on the Amigo right now. So I pre-taped this for you because we don't have any Wi-Fi on board the Amigo. So I just wanted to say good morning to you. I'll go over what's been happening, but I'm kind of guessing at this point. And I'm guessing that we've got limits of bluefin tuna and a bunch of yellowfin tuna and maybe even some color in the fish hold, some rock cod. I would love to do that. You know how crazy I am about that. But I know everybody who's here is all focused on this incredible tuna bite. I'll be covering that with you. I also want to remind you there has been some outstanding albacore fishing up in the northern sector, or up there around Fort Bragg. When you get a weather window and you're able to get out, that bite has been spectacular with several big-eyed tuna, almost eclipsing the state record, which is 241 pounds here in the state of California. There's a little bit of bass, there's bluefin everywhere, there's more yellowfin moving up the Baja Coast. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, that coffee is so good, and it's so good to be with each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. Subscribe to Friedman Adventures. Remember that we're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can catch us there every single day. And of course, the morning briefing is one of our daily shows, weekly shows. We have the Danny Cadota show, and we have Tackle Shop Confessions, which we do live from Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California, and I hope you'll tune into that. That's a great show where Sam is able to show you the reel you're talking about, the hooks you're talking about, absolutely anything at all. So I hope you'll join us for that. All right, so, I'm guessing, okay? Here's what I'm guessing. The weather has been so good, and the forecast when we left on Wednesday night was for beautiful weather. It's supposed to be flat and calm. Remember, if you are going out there near San Clemente Island, you are fishing a mix in terms of the size of the bluefin, and there's some yellowfin also. You are likely to encounter on the very same trip fish that are 12 to 20 pounds and fish that exceed 150 pounds. The best way to take these fish in the daytime has been fly lining a bait on 40 pound. You will have your hands full with a 150-pound bluefin tuna on 40-pound, but that's about as heavy as you're able to get a bite on. Some guys have been getting bit also on the 60-pound, so watch the intensity of the bite, see how it's going, and you should be able to hang on to one of those really big fish. In most cases, you don't want to drop down to too light. 25-pound right now on that bluefin, at least out there near Clemente, is really playing with fire. The nighttime bite has also been quite good. We've seen some excellent nighttime fishing. The Pegasus the other night, full speed, wide open, and several other boats were all over it also. 100 to 130-pound Spectra, 200-pound leader, and sometimes these lighter jigs have been working, like 250, 250 grams in that. We haven't been catching a lot on the 300 to 400 gram lures here recently, but I would definitely bring that along. And I don't think you're going to need that really heavy, that 400, because the weather is so beautiful. It is absolutely perfect. Great nighttime fishing for many of the boys. And then entertaining the one-day boats out of San Diego. We, of course, have outstanding fishing on yellowfin tuna. It has been biting nails the last couple of days. We've seen nothing short of outstanding fishing near San Diego. When I say near San Diego, I'm almost talking like half-day range. That 10-mile zone, that 15-mile zone, maybe 20, 25 miles from home. Yellowfin all over the place. You'll see a turnbird dip down at the water, and there's 100 yellowfin waiting to chew you into outer space. So it has been really good. A little bit of bluefin, a little bit of Dorado mixed up with it. It has been outstanding for boats like the Mission Belle, the San Diego, the Liberty, the Sea Watch. It goes on and on and on. And that fish that we talked about, that bluefin tuna, I should make the point that it's within range, not only of the San Diego guys, it's perfect for all the way up to Redondo Beach, California. You can get to that bluefin tuna and you can slam those things. So really excellent fishing going on. I am telling you that. Joe Martinez is doing a striptease right here, right now, trying to get me off my game, but it is not working. And he ran away like a little chicken a second ago. So there you have it. I wish I could turn the camera on him. I'm going to turn the camera on. Yeah, there he goes again. He's running away. So it's within range of LA, Orange County Base Landing, San Diego. All those guys are able to get to that bluefin tuna. There's even bluefin up there in the Channel Islands. It's kind of hit and miss. We haven't seen huge scores up there, but that is still something that is viable. You get a shot at it up there, and hopefully that light switch is going to go on here very, very soon. South of the border, Ensenada area, there's yellowfin down there, Dorado, a little bit of yellowtail on the kelps. The inshore has been great for a mix of bonita, yellowtail, great calico fishing around Punta Banda. That's been full speed, wide open down there in that neck of the woods. In terms of the islands, nobody is really looking at the islands because the offshore bite has been phenomenal. It has been so good, so wide open that you're going to want to take advantage of that. I will tell you that right now. You're going to definitely want to fish offshore, not the islands. Once again, also, we are seeing on the coast pretty good bass fishing down in San Diego, up there around Dana, Oceanside, all the way up. We're seeing some pretty good calico bass fishing. One exception is Catalina Island. I didn't mention that. Several boats are fishing there, and they're doing okay on the calico bass, catching rockfish, occasional bonita. There's tuna not that far from there, so you may want to talk to the landing or the boat and find out what their plans are, because they could get onto that also. So that is something else to keep in mind. Surf fishing has been great. There's been a lot of corvina fishing from this border down there in San Diego. Actually, on the other side of the border, Colonette, and down there on San Quintin, Playa Socorro. But up here in this neck of the woods, Bolsa Chica and areas around Redondo, like the Topaz area, up there in the Channel Islands, El Segundo area, good corvina fishing. California corvina are so much fun to catch. Fish the 6-pound with a sand crab, or go to your surf fishing headquarters, Big Fish Bait and Tackle, in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, where you can get all your bait and tackle, and it's perfectly situated near some of the best surf fishing venues that you can find in SoCal. I love that. Anderson and PCH. Park across the street, walk out there, and catch yourself a nice big spot fin by using a bait that you get over there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle, or you can dig up some sandworms or sand crabs and save yourself a couple of bucks. PCH and Seal Beach Boulevard, Big Fish Bait and Tackle. All right, Todd Woods. He's a professional bass fisherman. He came down to the morning briefing the other day and surprised the heck out of me. It was a great surprise. I'm going to run that next since I'm out to sea. I'll be back tonight, however, and we may go live Friday night. We'll be getting in from our Amigo trip, and I might have some of the passengers come on, or some of the captains and crew. I'm really looking forward to that. Let's plan on that. You never know what might happen. But Friday night, I want to say 7:30ish, 8 o'clock, we'll try to go live here on the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel, and then I'll be back in beautiful Surfside on the beach with a report for you. Saturday morning, I'll be talking a lot about what's going on. So you got to bring the kitchen sink. I still would bring the 25, but you got to have the 40, 60, and if you have the 100-pound for night fishing, I would definitely bring that also. Don't forget, we are on board the Independence, a 5-day trip. What a boat, what food, what a crew, what great fishing, and I'll be there to film it all. We sail October the 20th, and we're leaving from Point Loma Sport Fishing. 5 glorious days. If you'd like to join us, there's a few spots left. You can do that by going to independentsportfishing.com, and I would love to see you on that trip. All right, hit that like button, share these videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tick the bell, you'll be notified when there is new content. And as always, my friends, I hope to see you really, really soon. Stay tuned. Todd Woods is next. Finish the morning briefing, and I am so thrilled because, hey, come over here, you. What are you doing down here?
Man, oh man.
My God, is it good to see you, Todd Woods?
Wow.
How are you, my friend?
I am better than I deserve, as some would say.
Me too.
Very, very blessed.
We're blessed to be here. Look at this sun coming up. It's a gorgeous day here in Surfside.
I see why you do this every single morning. Look at this.
I know. Well,
this is beautiful.
I see your morning prayer every morning, and I love to read that, and it kind of focuses me and gets me pointed in the right direction. And then I walk out here, and look at this, Todd. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, God's creation right here.
Thank you for this pleasant surprise, man.
Thank
I
you
had
for
no
having
idea.
me. Yeah.
My son Patrick told me you got a very special guest heading your way on Thursday morning, and he said, when are you doing your report? And I said like 7 a.m. And I got up at 4 this morning, full of energy, started researching, and then I went out and I tried to do is get it uploaded so that I could come out here at 7. I had no idea. Special guest. Who wants to see me?
Who wants to see you? You're a rock star of the ocean. It's awesome. It's great because I watch your show every morning, and on a sidebar, my best friend's a pastor. He's the one that makes that morning morning prayer. He sends it to me, and then I just copy and paste it. Sometimes I'll throw a picture on there and everything. And every Monday through Friday, I put that on there.
That is great.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's a great deal, and it's short. It's just something you can read to just kind of start your day off.
Yeah.
And hopefully give you some inspiration.
Gives you some positivity to start your day with,
Always,
which is so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he loves to fish.
Oh, that's great.
I went on the Tony Reyes trip with him back in July.
We got to get him down here someday when this starts biting.
Oh, he would love it.
Yeah, this is cleaned up quite a bit. It was red tide, but it looks good now.
Yeah, I went out with Benny Florentino. You know Benny?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I went out
Great
with him
guy.
last weekend, and that's how the water we hit a little bit of this red stuff. Still great fishing, great
Calico
guy.
bass?
Yeah, we went to Catalina.
Yeah.
Missed the yellowfin bite by a day. I guess he caught 3 of them the day before on the way back from Catalina.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find any, but we had a great time. We caught like 20 calicos.
Speaking of rock stars, you are a rock star in the freshwater bass arena. I've interviewed you several times at Bass Pro Shops, and I admire your work, man. You are one heck of a fisherman.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to stay humble, but when somebody calls me a rock star, it just makes me want to grin ear to ear. I don't want to say, no, I'm not, but it really gives me joy you saying that. That means a lot to me. I love the sport of bass fishing. I love teaching the sport of bass fishing. I just love being around water.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why tomorrow I'm going on the Mission Bell, fish with Sean.
My buddy Sean Hardigan.
Yeah. So,
great. Say hi to him for me.
Yeah, I will, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That boat's always on fish.
Yeah.
Got a few open spots if anybody's interested. It is a charter. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it should be fun.
Oh, that'll be great. Sean is a hard fisherman. He actually stays with a guy, Scott Buchert.
Okay.
Him and his girlfriend, Mimi. And Mimi's going to have a baby here in another month.
Yeah.
So, Mimi, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to Sean.
Yeah.
He told me that. He's pretty excited about that. We had a little chat about that. Being in the bass fishing world, he likes to bass fish too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys do.
I know.
These saltwater guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he let me come up on the helm and hang out with him, and he told me, he was expecting a child, so pretty excited.
Yeah. So do you guide or do you do anything?
No,
if anybody out there wants to join you, they can't do that?
Oh, they can join me anytime. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that charges $500. There's some great guides out there.
Yeah.
I like to go when they're biting. And so to be a guide year round, you have to be able to find fish year round. And sometimes I just go just for fun. Obviously I'm a tournament guy, but yeah, absolutely. I would take a guy out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They can get me on my social media, Todd Woods Fishing, Instagram, and of course Facebook.
It's all Todd Woods Fishing?
Yeah, Todd Woods Fishing.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
absolutely. Yeah.
What's up with the tournaments? When's your next tournament?
My next tournament is actually going to be the U.S. Open, Western Outdoor News U.S. Open. It starts on October 15th.
Yes.
So it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
That's
It's at Lake Mojave.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's traditionally at Lake Mead every year.
Yeah.
But the water's been low. Fortunately, it's starting to come back up.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to have it back at Lake Mead by next year.
That should be exciting. You planning on winning that thing?
I always plan on winning. I've been fortunate. Mojave is a little tougher because it's really narrow.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, you have to be at the right place at the right time. A good friend of mine won last year, Josh Bertram.
Yeah.
He's a big Berkeley guy, and he's an excellent fisherman actually. And I think it was like his second time fishing the lake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or should I say?
And he won it.
And he won it last year.
What's the prize? Is it substantial prize?
It's like $100,000 right around that area.
Todd, if you happen to win that, man.
Yes, sir.
100 G's.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've come close. I came in second in 2014. So I've been, I've been on the cusp,
Yeah.
times.
So what, fishing at Lake Mojave, do you have a tip? Because I actually was over at Gallagher Staging. That's where we store all the clothing, which is a segue to the fact that you got a nice bag of clothing for our efforts in Mexico that you haul down.
I do, yeah. It's funny because like I said, I got here at 6:30. I was on the other end of the beach, and I looked like Santa Claus. I had this bag of clothing I was going to bring to you, and it was getting close to 7 o'clock, and I went, oh no, I'm never going to make it from all the way over there. So I called your son. He said, oh, he's by the jetty. So I put the clothes back in the truck, and yeah, I do have a bag of clothes, for you to give away. But you did ask about a tip. My tip is
Mojave,
super easy drop shot. You want to drop shot a flatworm, okay? And like anything small, 4-inch. It doesn't seem to matter what color. That's how Josh won it last year, and that bait will work year round.
Okay.
Berkeley flatworm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my
color tip. Important, anything like
either
that?
Green pumpkin or there's a color called brown back, I think it is. It's like a brown and whitish color.
Yeah.
But it's something special about that Berkeley bait. It's like fishing with live bait.
Yeah.
So you definitely, it doesn't seem to matter what color. I don't know smallmouth. I don't know a lot about the senses of a smallmouth, but when they, I want to say smell it, I knew they will have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
They eat it. It doesn't seem to matter what color.
All right, so it's super effective.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. How about places to fish? I probably don't want to give away too much on there, but
no. I mean, places to fish.
Parts of the lake.
Yeah, Mojave. Every year around this time of the year, they do a water drop. So there's not a lot of tulies to fish. There's not a lot of shallow cover, but there is some deeper grass. There's some points that you can see because water is really, really clear.
Yeah.
So there's some long points you can see. The thing about smallmouth, and Mojave's mostly full of smallmouth bass. It does have largemouth and striped bass.
Yeah.
The thing about smallmouth bass is they're always moving. Of course, I say that all fish are always moving because they're swimming.
Yeah.
But definitely a smallmouth more so than a largemouth. They're not really territorial. They're only really territorial in the springtime. So they're always moving. Well, why are they moving? Because they're trying to find something to eat.
They're trying to find something
Yeah,
to eat.
so find the shad, find the bass.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's really important stuff.
Absolutely.
Good. How about after that? Any more tournaments coming up? Or is
after that, I've got the FLW Championship. That's going to be at Table Rock at the end of October, right after the
Where's
US
Table
Open.
Rock?
It's a good question. Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Table
Wow,
Rock,
you're all
Missouri.
over the place then.
Yeah, and that's like an annual late year deal that I do, and so yeah, I'm excited about that. Last year, I think it was at Guntersville. I fished that one. I didn't do so well, but I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ever do any surf fishing?
No.
You're coming back here, and we're going to do that
Okay,
together.
good.
You want to do that?
Absolutely.
Man, it's fun. I'll tell you. You can just cast right beyond that wave there, Todd. You just cast a little chrome crocodile, and you wind on it, man. When you get bit, you feel like it's a freaking wahoo or something.
Really?
And it's actually not. It's a yellowfin croaker or something like that, but it's fun.
What pound test are you using?
So when you're, throwing a jig 20, it's maybe a little overkill, but sometimes you'll hook these bat rays, and they get up to 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So I have literally, in the past, and I haven't had much time this year, but in the past I've said, I could use a 20-minute break. I got a meeting, but I need to get out there. And I get out here, I catch a yellowfin croaker, and then all of a sudden I go, oh no. And I've hooked a bat ray. And I'm walking back and forth here for an hour.
Wow.
Because they're big, and then you finally get them and release them. But there's all kinds of stuff. You can catch halibut here and all kinds of great fish.
Ever catch a little white sea bass out here?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Okay.
You get these little guys. Some guys I saw a posting on Facebook the other day had legal sea bass off the beach. I'm not sure if they were fishing PV. A lot of guys up there off the rocks get them up there.
Yeah. Now they've had a lot of programs, right, to stock fingerling. Yeah.
Yes.
When was the last program? Would you say?
It's still ongoing.
Okay,
so they're still doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's made a great impact on the fishery. Getting rid of gill nets perhaps was the biggest thing. That was many years ago, and you could see the correlation from when the gill netting stopped to better population, and then it just grew exponentially after that.
Yeah.
So then we had great sea bass fishing after that. In fact, I remember as a kid, Todd, thinking, I'm not going to even get my captain's license. There's no way that this is going to continue. When I'm an old guy, like I am now, fishing's going to be terrible. And man, was I exactly wrong. It's better now.
Yeah.
Look at these giant bluefin tuna and this yellowfin and the dorado that we had last year. It's been incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And, that's another thing you might want to do on your show is show us how to cook these things. I smoke the bluefin. I've eaten them raw, sushi, type of deal. It'd just be curious to know some different recipes.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to take you up on that.
Yeah. I'd love to join you on that.
Oh, really? Do you like to cook?
I love to cook.
Oh, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got It's not a Traeger, but it's a Traeger style. They call it pellet grill, a Cabela's one.
Yeah.
Grill shop. And I cooked that thing. I made some boneless, skinless thighs in it yesterday.
Oh my God! I see the Todd and Phil show coming soon from
Absolutely.
a kitchen near you.
Yeah. The Todd and Phil show, and now you're doing the walk.
Yeah.
Which is really encouraged me. I just joined the gym. I posted a little thing on my Facebook page. You know, I'm 250 pounds. I need to lose at least 30 pounds. That's my goal. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I can bring my audience to my journey, that'll encourage me to lose more weight.
Hey, I would love to follow you on that. Todd's making reference to a new YouTube channel that I have, Walk with Phil. It's all about getting healthy,
Yes.
feeling better. And I'm not, I'm still too big. I'm trying to lose weight, but it's following the journey.
Absolutely.
Let's follow you on there.
Yeah.
We could do a whole thing on that, on your journey, what diet you're on.
Okay.
I'm presently on the carnivore. But I'm not, I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything.
Yeah.
You may be on something that works even better.
Yeah, I'm intermediate fasting.
Which is great,
yeah.
I think.
And I love meat. I could see myself on that too, but I also love fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And, I just love to eat. And I think I've just really had too much sugar intake. So that's like my number one.
That's the killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm taking
and
that out.
fruits that convert to sugar,
Yeah.
potatoes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Potatoes, rice, starchy
Carbs.
foods. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's great, man. I know. It's how long have you been doing this?
I just started literally I think I might be on my 4th day or 3rd day or something.
Have you felt any positivity?
I feel different.
You feel better or different?
The problem, and my wife brought this up, you talk about, you get up at what, 4 o'clock in the morning?
Sometimes, most days.
I was up at 3:30 this morning.
There you are.
Not on purpose.
Yeah,
I have my alarm set at 6 o'clock to be here. And at
boom,
3:30,
your eyes open.
Yeah.
And you're done, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think my wife's like, that's because you're not full of carbs, and
She's
maybe
right.
that's so she says it'll get better, sleeping wise, but I feel like I have a lot of more energy.
Oh, I mean, you always have a lot of energy, but now it seems like you got more.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it'll translate into my fishing, especially the U.S. Open coming up, because what was happening with me is, we practice in these tournaments, and I was wore out after my practice days. I practiced for 3 or 4 days, and after that, I'd be like, man, I don't even feel like fishing a tournament the next day. So it was either don't practice, which is bad, or lose some weight to get healthier. And so that's the choice that I'm going with, to help you.
Yeah, I don't know how much I've lost because I'm going to weigh October 5th, but I sometimes serve beer at the Orange County Fair, and I got in there, and you got to put on a work shirt uniform, and I'm going, no XL, seriously? I go, all right, I'll wear a large and not button it, whatever.
Yeah.
Friggin', I buttoned it. I'm like,
Wow.
oh my God, I'm in a large again.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that. I've always been an XL.
Yeah.
I've been close to double XL.
Me too.
And I'm like, that was another sign, like, you got to do something, bro.
By the way, you have no idea. You're 250, you said?
Yeah.
You know what I was at my worst?
What?
Want to take a guess?
260.
420.
Holy.
I got you beat there. Yeah, I was just out of control. This was maybe 30 years ago.
420.
420. And then I ended up going to China, and I had lost a lot of weight, but I put it back on. When I got to China, the Chinese have no problem with fat shaming. I literally walked into a supermarket, and I also had this huge hernia. So it looked like I had a freaking basketball under my shirt.
Yeah.
And which I had surgery in China, mainland China. That's a whole nother story.
Sure.
But I walked into a supermarket, and some guy, Chinese guy, like 80 years old, he goes, I'm standing there going, I got to lose this somehow. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So I had the hernia surgery.
That was great that he did that.
Yeah. I mean, there's two ways to look at this. That guy's a jerk. He shouldn't have done that, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I believe in
Things
this
happen
guy
for a reason. He's talking to you.
He's talking to me. You're not healthy, dude.
No. And God uses people.
I agree.
All the time. Bad people and good people.
As long as you take it in the right way, right,
Yes.
Todd? Because some people would take that, he fat shamed me.
Yeah.
Forget that.
No.
So it was really that guy that induced me to, and so the other thing in China is that, when they said, hey, you're teaching on the 5th floor, copy rooms on the 1st floor, and I said, great, where's the elevator? There's no elevators. Wow, you lazy, come on.
Right.
And so up and down, up and down, up and down. Probably doing 40 flights of stairs a day
Nice.
minimum.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, back down I went, and I go to myself at that point in time, this feels too good to go back. But I came here and I gained like 25 pounds.
Okay.
And I caught it, and I said, I got to put the brakes on.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I don't. We definitely need to talk about having healthy because we want to live as long as we can.
Yeah. And live a good life, right?
Yeah. Exactly. We don't want to be dependent on our children to
Yeah. Babysit us.
Yeah. We're getting that.
I heard, and I like this. It's not about putting more years in your life. It's about putting more life in your years.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
that
Quality of life.
Yeah. And then you feel better and everything else. You can get out and fish and do all these things.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things people don't realize, and that I love to take people that don't consider fishing a sport out, because usually by the time, if it doesn't happen in the boat, it happens on the way home. They're passed out asleep because they got wore out.
Yeah, right. Whether it's the sun or the new activity or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's so
it burns calories.
Yeah. The other thing it does, and I use the movies for this sometimes, it gives you this escape from reality where you're focused on the ocean, the fish, catching a fish. You leave everything back there on land, and somehow it gives you renewed strength and energy.
Absolutely.
You agree?
Oh, no, I agree 100%. And that's funny because one of the things I said, as I posted a picture on my Facebook the other day, as I was, this was as I was leaving fishing with Benny Florentino, I was like, man, I'll be 60 in December, and I'm like,
you are
this
a
is
young looking 60, man.
Yeah, but I'm so blessed to be out here and doing what I do.
Yeah, right.
And some people, they don't understand. All you need to do sometimes is just step out here and walk a quarter of a mile, and your life will be changed.
Yeah, I agree.
Just by the sound. Some of your videos are louder than others because of the sound of the surf. I noticed.
Yeah.
How can you?
And because I don't turn my mic on.
Okay, well, it's on now. I see the blue light. but the sound of the surf, it's something about
exhilarating, right?
Loves this sound. We always try to get when we get close to the water, we try to get a hotel where we can open the windows and listen to this sound.
Yeah,
there's nothing better.
Besides diet, something that you do every day, and we've talked about it, is you post that morning prayer that your pastor sends you. Not trying to push religion on anybody.
No, exactly.
It can be whatever you want, but starting your day on a note of positivity is so important. And I remember in China, I got away from it here, I would take a half hour every morning, I'd sit there and drink my coffee, and I'd plan my day out. And more than anything, and you know this as well as me, gratitude. There's always, no matter how bad things are, you can always find something to be grateful about, and you can always look at some poor other person and see that they are in a really bad state. So, if your electric windows aren't going up on your car and you're having a fit over that, there's somebody out there suffering with cancer, somebody that just lost a son or a daughter, or a mother or a father.
Absolutely.
Gratitude, right?
No, 100%. And something that just happened to me on the way here is I didn't really know where Surfside was. So I walked up to a guy that was watching this kid surf, and I said, hey, can you show me where Surfside is? And of course I've got this bag on my back, so I'm sure I look, with the exception of this camera, I'm sure I probably look like a homeless guy, and I could kind of, and so I was thinking that we could be the guy, walking along here looking for cans, and some of those, don't get me wrong, some of those guys, when I say that, the homeless thing, living in Long Beach, we have a lot of guys that are homeless that are in the area, and it definitely affects you thinking to yourself. If you have to take a minute, if you're late on your bills or whatever, just think for a second, at least you're not that guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys, I mean, some people say that they're lazy or blah, blah. I thoroughly believe it's a mental health thing for most of those people. There's a lot of mental illness going on there. I mean, you can see that, people talking to themselves and,
And some of us are a paycheck away from being homeless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so if you don't have a support group with you, that's the other problem. Not only do you have to have a support group, but you have to be open to saying, I need help, and some people carry their pride around with them. And it doesn't seem like in the fishing world, we don't have that problem. We reach out, we're community.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
We're community. And the community thing goes a long way.
Yeah, and that's proven by the fact that you're dragging down a bag of clothing. You've heard about our efforts in Mexico, and all the stuff we do in Mexico is because of people like you. I just get to go play Santa Claus,
Nice.
which I love to do. You know,
Yeah.
I love, and I speak Spanish, and I love Mexico. And people down there, there's no safety net. You know, when you're poor and really poor, you're in bad shape. So thanks for doing that.
No,
too, man.
no problem. You're an inspiration. When I watch your show, just the way you talk on the camera, it just inspires me to want to do good.
I think you're better than me, man. You are awesome.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do.
You know, when I was down here and walking out on the beach to see who it was, this mystery guest, the first thing I heard was this cock-a-doodle-doo crow. You do a pretty good. You want to do that for everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try. Of course, when you put me on pressure. But here we go.
No. Oh, you nailed it!
Yeah, put that on the beginning of your show, right?
Yeah, oh my God, that's going on.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
tell you how many people do that.
When they
Oh
see you.
my God, it's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that it would be that crazy like that, but it turned out being really, really good. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
We
Hey,
got a little
hey, look at
doggy
this! Hi there. That's too funny. Yeah, and the seagulls, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just did a video recently where I got hoodwinked they tried to hoodwink by a sea lion when we were out there in Catalina, and I added to the video. It looks like the sound effects. You know, when you're editing stuff, you add this and that. I added the dinosaur roar. To the thing,
perfect.
Yeah, so it came out pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I see all kinds of things in our future. I'm so glad you came down here. Let's see, we've got cooking videos to do. We're doing the
Fitness.
health thing together.
Absolutely.
Of course, the fishing, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I've also started doing this walk with Phil thing,
Yes.
where we meet down. You got to show up. For
I was going to show up because
Really?
Yeah, because when I saw that, I'm like, I'm in Long Beach. I'm 10 minutes to the bridge.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. So yeah, I definitely.
You
wanna do
off
that
Saturday, Sundays, or?
Yes, I work at Anglers Marine on Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so.
Where which Anglers Marine?
The one in Anaheim.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
People can come over and visit you there?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Your son, I think he has a boat that he bought from there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he comes by there all the time. But yeah, and they have great tackle. Obviously, they have boats for sale. It's probably the best mechanic shop, I would say, around. Of course, I'm being biased. I'm sponsored by Anglers Marine as a fisherman.
Yeah.
But they really have so many varieties of mechanics. They have guys that specialize in electronics. They have guys specialize in motors. There's guys that specialize in putting in new carpet. You know, we got it all there. And our salesmen are probably the manager, Mark. He's probably one of the best sales guys out there as far as he's a people person. You know, and that's important.
So important.
Yeah, none of our guys try to upsell you. You know, they try to give you what you want and what you need.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds good. One other thing that just comes into my head here, the Danny Cadota show. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah,
You know Danny? I mean, he's a big
watched him
freshwater-
on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to come out and be on his show.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Just let me know when. He's been doing the bass thing for years. And
Yeah.
years. I know he was a big time crawdad guy. He used to catch 20.
Yes.
Did he catch like a 20-pounder at Cast Steak many years ago? Yeah. So
He's got that mounted at his house.
Yes, I would love to be on his show.
Really? And
Yeah.
Thursday nights at 6? Does that
Yeah,
work for
no,
you? or
yeah,
not?
absolutely. Yeah,
Sure, we'll put that
Thursday night.
together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Todd,
anytime.
I don't know what to say, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Are you
no
kidding me, man?
problem. Yes, sir.
It's so good to see you, and let's keep working on all this stuff.
Yeah.
You and I got way too much in common.
Absolutely.
And you're an exceptional human being,
Oh, man,
besides
thanks.
being a great fisherman.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And man, it was great to see you today.
Awesome.
All right,
Good deal.
man.
All right.
Should I make
sir.
you do the cock-a-doodle-doo one more time?
One more
or no?
time, and then you can do
Yeah,
something
then
like
we're
that.
out. How's that? Todd Woods, everybody. Todd, thanks again.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Awesome.